Okay, guys, so I got this question and it was a good one, so I thought I would answer it real quick. What is a heart to heart connection? And understanding the relationships that you have. Okay, when I say heart to heart connection, I am talking about the energy centers within the body, um, or chakras. Okay, now when you have relationships with other people and you have a connection to them, you are connecting from one chakra or to another. Okay, chakra to chakra. Most relationships that are really lustful tend to be, those can be connected at the sacral chakra. Or you can have, I found a lot of codependent relationships are connected at the root chakra. And then you can have one where your heart can be connected to somebody else's base chakra. Okay. Twin flame connections are heart to heart chakra. A heart to heart connection is where they start. Okay. But ultimately, they are connected on all chakra systems. Okay. So the issue that most relationships have, okay, any relationship that can form a connection, an energetic cord and connection at every chakra center, it would be a twin flame relationship. This is where you can have them with multiple people. It's just more rare, okay, because most times you can't get that high in your connection with another person. When you meet someone, typically the connection most times starts in the lower chakras, okay? The root or base, sacral or solar plexus chakra, somewhere in the lower chakras, okay? And as that connection grows, you may form connections on higher chakras. Connections that cannot get past usually the sacral, um, of the solar plexus, those connections tend to be more, you'll see a lot of karmic, even soulmate. But those connections, they never cement on a deep level. Okay, so there's always like a lot of clashing between the two people, because in order to have harmonious connections, they need to connect on the higher chakras. So, um, starting at the throat chakra, okay, which is a connection that can communicate freely, okay. um but twin flame connections start heart to heart, and then they build onto, the other chakra centers. Now, these are the only connections that begin heart to heart. What do I mean by heart to heart connection? In heart to heart connections, it's always, there's just a heart to heart connection, meaning there's always a love, okay. And it's not a love that just, it's not going to be something that's just kind of in your head, nothing else around it matters. It's only the fact that your heart and their heart is connected, so there's a love that's there. So there's not a lot of, how can I say it, in heart to heart connections. And I've worked with a rare type of twin flame before, which they're a couple now. And they were a rare one that kind of, well, they always had the heart to heart, but they had so many issues that they related really, they did relate bad to each other. But the heart to heart connection is there. So the heart to heart connection is going to remind you of the love. It's just always there. And it can kind of keep a calmness to the connection. This is where there's a lot of understanding, compassion, empathy. Um, and this is where you kind of just don't want to be hurtful to each other. You don't really want to be, and there's a part of you, you're always trying to be, you want to be there for each other. That kind of thing. But when I'm saying heart to heart connection, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where the connection starts, what parts of you two, what chakra centers or energy centers are connected. Okay, because that's all relationships, like I said. But there you go. There's that information. All right, see you guys later.